Hey there, you're watching the ADK Rock and Metal channel. I am Dave Does, and today I'm going to be checking out the band called Hang on, let me see if I can get this right. Agenbite Misery. Is it Agenbite Misery or Argent? Don't know. Let me know in the comments down below the pronunciation for this band. The song title is Circe. So, what's that mean? It's period. It's a period of time, isn't it? That's what Circe stands for. Anyway, it's a 6.5 minute song, so we're going to get into this pretty quickly. I'm not going to do a long intro about it, but I don't know anything about this band. My guess is from looking at the front thumbnail screen, it's going to be a bit of dark doom, but could be wrong. We're going to play the song from start to finish, no pausing, no talking. I'll talk about the video at the end and the song at the end separately. Let's do this. Okay, that was Agenbite, or Agenbite Misery, and Cirque. I think we should rename that Dave Does, or ADK Misery there. Yeah. Okay, where do we go with this? So, stylization of this band, I kind of throw this into the Black and Death Doom, in this particular song anyway, which has a few issues for me. You've got some really nice, interesting transitional periods. You've got some off-kilter lead parts, which is kind of cool, and the doom elements work really well. You've then got these change up into the faster sections, which can work and sound really, really cool. But the mix is a bit rough. The drums are just you can hear them, but they have no real resonance to them, so they're just buried behind everything. It's a very raw recording. Now, my experience with black metal bands and some earlier bands of death metal that like to sound like early death metal is they like really raw recordings. To them, that sounds the best. I think in nowadays, I don't think you can get away with that. Trying to emulate what was of the 80s death metal sound. I'm not sure if they're from Finland, this band. I'm going to guess. Could be wrong, as I'm not actually sure off the top of my head. But if you're trying to emulate that, the reason they sounded like that was that's what production was for them back in those bands that were coming through. They didn't have the money. Today's standard, even home productions can be better than that. So I don't think there's an excuse for poor production. From a music video point of view, so I understand where they're going with this. It's this darker, grittier look. We've got this monk with some sort of lantern torch, which, due to the filter and obviously the resolution of the camera or the frame rate of the camera, we're getting, or ISO I should say actually, of the camera, we're getting this kind of blinding orb rather than any clarity on the actual lighting. Staring at churches, so it's obviously something against the church. But here is the problem, because you can't really see, you can't hear the lyrics, you literally cannot in this style of music. So you are now reliant on having to now you've got to pull up the lyric sheet to understand what they're trying to get across in the music video, which should never be the case in my opinion. You should always be able to, even if I didn't understand the lyrics, I should be able to watch that video and go, I know what this song is about. I've got the song title, I've got the music video. Don't need the lyrics. They're telling the story of this song in the music video. It's 6 minutes and 39 seconds long, I think it was. And I had to be honest, I tuned out. I tuned out by 4 minutes in. I'd given up watching the video because I'm just getting this monk shot of him staring at things, and I got really bored, guys. I'm really sorry, but I think even if you'd cut this video with some live performance elements, would have been just cutting it with some band stuff to help. I know you're trying to go for an atmosphere, but your atmosphere should take you on a journey. You should not get bored watching a music video. You have no repeat watch on this. Now, this was directed by the band. It said so at the end of the video. I didn't watch that much at least, and that's my personal feedback for the band. Now, they may say, well, that's exactly what we want. We want you to feel despair. We wanted you to feel isolation, or whatever it might be that they wanted to try and portray in this. But what you have done is you haven't, well, from my point, there's no real reason to go back to watch this. There's no now, I am not your audience. I am definitely not the person that you were trying to get into your band, because I am not this stuff. This is not my style of music. Kirk would have been a good one for this one, actually, on the channel. He would have been able to give us a bit more insight into it. But yeah, I do struggle with this particular genre and this sort of video format. So I almost need you guys in the comment section to share thoughts on this one, especially if you're really into this sort of band, or if you're into the style, or if the band themselves are watching this and want to kind of give feedback, because I can only do it from someone who could have got into your genre or could have got into your music, but you're not quite my style, so it's going to be a real hard pull. Now, sometimes it does happen. I can get really impressed by a band, even if they are not my musical style. I can be impressed by some of the instrumental elements of the band or their creativity in the videos, and that will be enough for me to come back and sort of check them out a few more times. But I'm struggling a little bit with this band here, so I'd love to get the feedback in here, because I like to come back whenever I can and recheck out bands and see what other things are doing, because I'm always intrigued at how they grow, how they develop. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the video sometime very soon. Take care.